while Jalen Hurts continues to be blamed for every single thing wrong with the Eagles offense from the both national and local Philly sports media, no matter what he does, that same national media continues continues to have Josh Allen as their wet dream. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all your support. We ripped past 600 subscribers, heading to almost at 650 now, heading to that 1,000 mark. So thank all of you for the support. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button. It helps tremendously. Smash the like button, comment below. I read every single comment. And so let's dig in. We're going to start with about a minute from Colin Cowherd. And then we've got Emmanuel Acho as well weighing in. And then we're going to show you some things from Josh Allen and how that compares to Jalen Hurts. So we can all say, wait, what? All right, so listen to this. This is actually insane. Like this, and I've he said some things I agree with. I'm not going to lie when I say I don't. I'm not a Colin Cowherd fan. I'm not going to lie and say there aren't things he says that I think are right. But this is nuts. Listen to this.
I want to talk about Josh Allen. He is the best football player to me on the planet. He's one of the 5 best football players I've ever seen. Lawrence Taylor's in that group. Jerry Rice probably in that group.
Can we stop there for a second? Did you hear what this man just said? Now he just named 2 players that go back to the 80s. Okay, so we're talking about a long time because I know he said that I've ever seen, although he didn't comment whether it's just tape or he's actually got to watch their games or highlights. One of the so I mean, just off the top of my head, in that time period, just that quarterback, right? You had Joe Montana, you had Dan Marino, of course, as well. Some people could put Dan Fouts in there if you're just looking at quarterback numbers, like we are, like he clearly is with Josh Allen. Jerry Rice there, obviously, whom he mentioned as well. But that, I mean, that just top 5. Now he went back to the 80s. I mean, I'm guessing he's just talking about anybody. He's talking about the history of the league. And to say Josh Allen is a top 5 play, because again, we could look at guys who have been more recent if you want. We could talk about Tom Brady. We could talk about Ray Lewis. I mean, let it sink in what this man's talking about here. Top 5 of all time. Anyway, let's keep going. I don't know that it's going to get better.
Remember last year, everybody was talking about Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, MVP controversy. Let me put it in perspective. Just this year, in the past 5 weeks, in fact, in the past 2 months, the Bills are 5-0 when Josh has 3 or more touchdowns. Yet they're 0-3 when he scores 3 or fewer touchdowns. They literally need him to score 3 touchdowns minimum in the last 2 months for Josh Allen to just help Buffalo win a game. No franchise that I ever remember has been this quarterback dependent. Oh,
This is absolute garbage. I mean, in this day and age, now, obviously, that's first of all, it's very short term, right? He's talking about what a month, 2 months, whatever. But in this day and age of a pass happy, can't defend against them NFL, where quarterbacks average, even below average quarterbacks are putting up statistics that quarterbacks the greats didn't used to put up, and you have a combination of a guy who, despite his own coach saying it's a risk of injury and he wants to keep his players safe, so he voted against the tush push. Josh Allen is a tush push master. So you have quarterbacks are going to have in this era the bulk of a team's touchdowns because most touchdowns are going to come through the air. Okay, so boom, that's right off the top. Then you add the fact that Josh Allen is a tush push quarterback. Now, again, I'm not knocking it. That is very much what Jalen Hurts is. Jalen Hurts had 23 touchdown passes in 2023 and 15 rushing touchdowns. This may be the first year, although I guess his rookie year when he didn't play that much, but since he's been a starter, this might be the first year where he doesn't have at least double digits rushing touchdowns. So when you have a pass happy league, most of your touchdowns are going to come via the air. That's your quarterback. And then you have a team that where your quarterback gets a lot of rushing touchdowns. This actually is very, very normal. And in this league of offense, yeah, 3 touchdowns. Okay, that's 21 points, right? Because we talk about the Eagles getting lucky in a way because their defense has been so good. We've been able to win games without scoring 20 points. So this is just some absolute delusional stuff from Colin Cowherd. Now we got to listen to Emmanuel Acho weigh in on this because you're gonna love this, or maybe you won't. Maybe, but you got to laugh on it for sure. So let's check this out. This isn't very long.
Offensive line wasn't good enough. Receiving core can't even.
Hold on. Sorry about that. Back it up. There we go.
Buffalo Bills can't go nowhere until Josh Allen gets more help. Offensive line wasn't good enough. Receiving core can't even name two or three of them receivers. Josh Allen has to do everything on every single snap, and it's just not sustainable. You see
Josh Allen needs help. Jalen Hurts has a super team, even though he has a offensive coordinator who's never called plays before, even though he has a number one wide receiver who doesn't put in any effort in running his routes, even though he has an offensive line that is in disarray between injury and guys not playing up to their performance in the past. We don't hear about all that when it comes to Jalen Hurts, but only when it comes to Josh Allen. To that point, we've got to take a look at this. And I want to ask you, hopefully I can show this. You know how the NFL gets at times. We kept hearing now, right, through anonymous sources from scumbags like Derek Gunn, AJ Brown out there gossiping like a 13-year-old girl, never going to Jalen Hurts himself, but getting other people to do his dirty work. Let's look at this from Josh Allen, folks. Okay, and then I want you to think about what this looks like in the media today if Jalen Hurts makes this decision. This is fourth down. Okay, this is a crucial play. Okay, he's going to back it up. Boom. Now watch you see a receiver coming across. Coming. Look at that. Yeah, what? Look at that. That's a touchdown. All right. Now there's a guy way back there. It might not be a touchdown, but it's got a shot at being a touchdown. At the very least, it is first and goal. And Josh is throwing, okay? He's already throwing. So yeah, he's got a little pressure, but he's already throwing. But guess what? Guess what? Yeah, Josh. I don't know exactly. Well, I mean, you can see the receiver, but I was going to say, where is Josh throwing that football? Because it surely was not to the wide open. Yeah, that guy right there. That guy coming across the field is absolutely wide open. But let me make this throw, and that's it. That's ball game, folks. Can you imagine if Jalen Hurts makes that throw, how things look? And to that point, I just want to add one more play here. This is from the Super Bowl, but one of the things we've been hearing this week, and I probably could have tossed this into another video, but we keep hearing now Jalen Hurts, he won't throw into tight windows. Jalen Hurts doesn't recognize players being open. Jalen Hurts can't throw a receiver open. Now, if Colin Cowherd could say Josh Allen's one of the best players he's ever seen, one of the top five, I can absolutely say this is one of the best throws I've ever seen make. This is a deep ball. Jalen's going to throw this into the end zone, man, and we gotta check this out. Look at this throw. You all remember this to AJ Brown? Look where AJ Brown is. He's between the two defenders. He's between the two defenders. Look where Jalen Hurts put that football from how many yards? Wait, where did he throw this from? Okay, he's basically his own 46, and he put this into the end zone. Look at this throw, man. AJ Brown is in double covers. They have him blanketed, they have him bracketed, and look where Jalen Hurts puts that football. It is absolutely freaking perfect. Absolutely perfect. And oh, by the way, Jalen Hurts numbers 66.9% completion percentage, 7.4 yards per attempt, and 16 touchdowns to one interception. Josh Allen in an extra game, in one extra game. Now, he definitely puts up a little more yardage, one extra game, though, 18 touchdowns. So, yeah, we'll call that a wash. But 9 interceptions for Mr. Josh Allen. And oh, by the way, get him some help. You know what I wish we had this year? Again, I'm not trying to shade Saquon Barkley. This is more an emphasis on, hey, Colin, come on, man. James Cook, folks, 11 games, 1,084 yards. Just he's averaging what, 99, 98 yards a game, 5.4 yards a pop, has 8 touchdowns. But you're going to tell me that Josh Allen doesn't have any help, but Jalen Hurts, everything is his fault, man. These media clowns are absolutely ridiculous. If we didn't know that before, we're absolutely learning about it now. They can't stand the Eagles. They can't stand Jalen Hurts for whatever reason. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Really do appreciate it. I will talk to you later.